Hi, welcome back to MRTV. Welcome to my final review of this here, the Bigscreen Beyond. Yes, it came to my attention that I didn't really give you a final review, just like my impressions, but not really everything in one video. Here it is. And we are in 2024, so I can already compare this now with the Quest 3, with the Apple Vision Pro. So that should be pretty exciting. Well, for all of you who don't know what this is a high-end PCVR headset with micro OLED panels, and this is the smallest VR headset on this planet Earth. It's really a stunning design. Check this out. This is going to set you back $999, excluding taxes in the States. In Europe, you got to pay 1,369 euros already, including tax. And is it worth it? I can tell you, yes, especially if you are into like moody and dark games and you need these OLED colors. However, it's also not perfect, and in this video I'm going to let you know all the pros and all the cons. So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole video because all of this goodness is coming up. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sebastian, and if you are excited about virtual reality and all this amazing hardware, then this is the right channel for you because, well, I'm giving you independent reviews of all these nice things here that we love so much. Oh wow, VR is still amazing. So subscribe and click on the bell button that you don't miss anything. So let's get into it. What are you getting for $999 or 1,369 euros? Well, a PCVR headset. This is a Steam VR Lighthouse tracking based headset. So you need the base stations, Steam VR base stations, and you need controllers, like for example the Valve Index controllers. They are not included in these $999. So this is a fantastic upgrade for all of you who own an old Vive headset or who are looking for an upgrade for their Valve Index. And is this a great upgrade for the Valve Index? I can already tell you now, yes, this is a fantastic upgrade for your Valve Index. Everything basically is gonna get better, and you already have those controllers, right? You already have the base stations. If you don't have the base stations, well, you still have to buy them, and together with the Valve Index controllers, you can look at an additional $600 or so. Yes. So, smallest headset in this world, 127 grams, incredible form factor. And this is rocking micro OLED displays, 2 micro OLED displays, which have a resolution of 2,560 by 2,560, so really high resolution, way better than your Quest 3, for example. Very cool. Pancake lenses, right? So those clear pancake lenses, and what you see on those lenses right now are my lens inserts. So if you're normally a glasses wearer, for $89 you can order these kind of lens inserts. Can you see that? Now you can see that, and these attach magnetically, and well, yeah, then your problem with not being able to wear glasses in this is solved. So that's that. This does not come with its own audio solution, so you need to use some kind of your own earphones. Like I'm using some in-ears, or you can use your AirPods or whatever. But there's also an audio strap for $129 on their website, which I could not check until now. But well, this does work well with your own headphones, since there is nothing preventing you from wearing them, since this is such a small form factor. The Beyond runs in 90 Hz mode, but there's also a 75 Hz mode if you want to run this in native resolution without DSC. But also with 90 Hz, actually, there's not a huge difference in terms of quality. So I'm running this in 90 Hz. Yeah. So why don't we start to talk now about the visuals? Because obviously for each VR headset, visuals are just so important. The micro OLED displays here are really nice. If you enjoy your PSVR 2 for the colors, yes, you get the same amazing OLED colors. So perfect blacks, very vibrant colors, and it's just a joy. And the great thing is, you don't have Mura here. You know, in the PSVR 2, the problem is Mura, right? So it does not look uniform. It seems like there's like a dirty windshield which moves around with you, and you don't have this problem here at all. So you can totally enjoy any kind of dark games. It's gonna look so good. The Night Flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator, your horror game, which you know I don't really love, but you perhaps do. So this is simply incredible, and everything looks super sharp, right? The 2560 by 2560 pixels, they simply do their thing. This simply looks better and sharper than your Quest 3, and because everything comes via DisplayPort, right? All your PCVR games come natively over DisplayPort, so this is not a streaming solution. Things simply look better and sharper than if you would stream that with your Quest 2, Quest 3, or Pico, using wireless or even using cable, because, well, you don't have this kind of streaming artifacts, right? So if you want that visual upgrade, yes, this is it. Also, of course, comparing this to the Valve Index, and lots of you might be upgrading from the Valve Index to this, yes, it looks way better, right? You have so much more resolution, and it is simply a beautiful picture, beautiful visuals here in the Bigscreen Beyond. So the displays, the micro OLED displays simply do a fantastic job. Now, what about brightness? This is not the brightest headset. So I am normally using this on 100%. There's also an overdrive mode where you can get this even higher, right, where the brightness is even better, but then you have to go down with the persistence and you have more motion blur. So in my opinion, running this at 100% brightness is great. You don't have motion blur in a way that it would affect me, so I'm fine with it. There is a bit, but it is very acceptable in my opinion, right? So brightness is all right. So it's not the brightest headset. So if you are in an environment like in VR, which is super bright, a super sunshiny day, you can tell it's a sunshiny day, but it's not so sunshiny that you would feel like, oh, you need to wear sunglasses now. Yeah, so it's all right. But other headsets, like for example the Pine's Crystal, they are simply brighter. And if you are a person who needs this super brightness in VR, then probably this is not for you. But I'm telling you, it is bright enough. So I would probably compare this with the brightness of the Pico 4, if you can remember how that looked like. Something similar here with the Bigscreen Beyond, and in my opinion, that's good enough. And the thing is, you just have this amazing contrast, right? Between the dark, which is super dark, and then the bright, and therefore, yeah, it looks good. Now, unfortunately, visuals are not perfect, and the disadvantage of this headset, or the part which is not so great in my opinion, are the lenses. The pancake lenses, there's glare, unfortunately. So in these high contrast scenes that I just talked about, like where the background is black and then you see some bright things in it, like for example when you're watching a movie in that virtual cinema, then you have glare. And it's just like the lenses reflecting back and forth, so you will see something. And well, if you come from the Valve Index, then you know how glare looks like, right? And is it worse than in the Valve Index? Actually, no, I wouldn't say so. It is, however, looking a bit differently, right? In the Valve Index, we had this concentric rings because of the lenses, and here you don't have this kind of God rays. It's more like a glare, like a lens flare glare. You know what I'm talking about, right? So that is one thing, and yeah, if you're used to the God rays of the Index, that's okay in my opinion. But if you're coming from the Quest 3, and well, if you love that there is no glare or very little glare, then here, yes, it is something that you probably have to look at first to really make the decision, is that for you? So how is it for me? Like I really love the Quest 3, for example, and the lenses, right? In my opinion, the best lenses on the market right now. Can I still enjoy it? And I can tell you, yes, because the colors are simply so good. You know, like I was recently playing Cube VR, this kind of Minecraft game, and at nights you have these northern lights, and it just looks so good. And yes, there is glare, but it's still so beautiful. You still want to be in this. Also, the night levels in, for example, Kayak Mirage, that's the name. Yeah, Kayak Mirage. I haven't yet seen them in a better way in any other headset. So this looks better. The night scenes look better than in the, for example, in the Pimax Crystal, right? Which has this kind of local dimming. But yeah, you have this blooming quite a lot. But here, it's simply the pixels that shine, they will shine, and the others are off. So yeah, it's simply perfect. And you don't have any kind of light bleeding into this, right? So this gasket here, which was made for your face, and I'm going to talk more about this when we come to comfort, it does not allow for any kind of light into it. So yeah, it is beautiful. So even though the lenses are not perfect and they introduce glare, it is still a very enjoyable experience. So in terms of sweet spot, I have no sweet spot whatsoever. No problems with the sweet spot. There is the sweet spot, yeah. And the sweet spot is very easy to find because of your gasket, because it's made for you, right? So it perfectly puts you in the right position, and therefore I don't have any problems with the sweet spot, and that's that. What's not so great also with the lenses is the edge-to-edge clarity. So the clarity, it will go down the further your eyes look to the edges. So that's that. Also, there's some color shift going on, right? It looks a bit like the colors are, yeah, going into some other, yeah, color areas, like brownish in the very edges of the display. So that's something to keep in mind if you are looking at a bright background. Everything is white, and you look in the sky, and then you look with your eyes, look to the right and left, then you will see that there is some color shifts going on. Yeah. The thing is, if you're in a normal gameplay, it is nothing to worry about. You won't really see it. It's just like if you really look with your eyes through the lenses. And actually, to the other areas. And actually, even the Vision Pro, it also has this. Not as much as here, but if you are at the looking through the very outer edges, you have some color shifts towards blue here with the Vision Pro. So it's a problem of these pancake lenses which have not yet been perfectly solved. So for me, that is not a huge problem because I'm mostly looking straight. So I'm not really using my eyes so much, at least in this headset, right? If you are a person that looks around a lot, then probably this might be a problem. But I'm telling you from my experiences, I really don't see this as a huge problem. I hope for the second generation of these micro OLED displays, this is going to be gone. So I simply need to tell you about it. But still, overall, the visuals are so good, and it's just such an enjoyable experience and such a huge upgrade from your Valve Index or from your Quest 2 or also from your Quest 3 if you don't mind the cable. So let's talk about comfort. That's a huge one here with the Bigscreen Beyond, and it's fantastic. It's 127 grams, and this gasket, it was made for your face. So it does perfectly fit my face. Yeah, I had to do a face scan with an iPhone. So if you don't have an iPhone, you should borrow one just for this face scan, and you send it to them, and they will make this just for you. Check this out. Yeah, on the other side, magnets. I like that, as you know. And yeah, goes here. You put it on, and you have a really fantastic comfort. It is so light. It is just such a huge difference as compared to wearing something huge like the Pimax Crystal, right? As you know, I also love the Pimax Crystal for the visuals, but for the comfort, it's just like there's no comparison, right? You don't have the problem that you feel the weight when you do these kind of things, right? So it is really nice. It's a headset that was simply made with comfort in mind. So very, very enjoyable. Like this a lot. One more thing about the visuals, the FOV. So when I got my first Beyond, right, the pre-production unit, I got the standard gasket. This is not the standard gasket. This is the slimmer gasket. And with the standard gasket, my eyes were kind of too far away from the small lenses. And then I got a FOV which was smaller than the Quest 2. And also I got it even worse, edge stretch clarity. And it was not such a good experience, honestly speaking. Right? And now for the final version, Bigscreen actually sent me a slimmer version of the gasket. And that made all the difference. So if you want to pick this up, you have to tell Bigscreen that you want the slim version of this gasket. This is so important. This makes all the difference. And with the slim version, I got a nice FOV. And they say 102 degrees. And yeah, I agree. I get 102 degrees. So it's very comparable to what I get with the Pico 4 or even with the Crystal. So that is very surprising, right? So this small thing can give you a good FOV if you go for the slim gasket. Very nice. And what is also really good, the binocular overlap, which is for me so important. It is good here with the Bigscreen Beyond. So the area that both eyes see, this area is so important for the 3D vision, for the immersion for me. And it's better than what you get with the Quest Pro. It's better than what you get with the Quest 3. And it's a very, very enjoyable overall visual quality, 3D vision and immersion. So good FOV, nice binocular overlap, very great immersion, and I really enjoy the visuals here. Yeah, so this silicone kind of material, how does it feel on the face? If you are in an environment with a normal room temperature, it's fine. And yeah, I can wear this for hours and hours. However, in my opinion, it's not so comfortable when you're sweating. So if you are a kind of person who sweats a lot, and if you have to use this in an environment where it's hot, probably you don't have like air condition, then this might be a problem. If you are not in this kind of environment, then this is truly a very nice and comfortable experience that, yeah, I would say is better than most other headsets, honestly speaking. It's just so light and small. And yeah, this is really a form factor that I can appreciate a lot in VR. And also this strap, well, it's nothing really special, but it does do its job. So nothing negative to say about this. However, I am without a doubt looking forward to check out the audio strap, right? So yeah, once it's ready, dear Bigscreen, please do send it over. I would love to check it out and show it here to our PCVR loving community. Yep, so that's totally fine here, the strap. I can absolutely work with it. So that's that. In terms of tracking, the Steam VR tracking works fine here. I don't have any problems with it. Obviously, the tracking of the controllers, it simply depends on your Lighthouse station, so I had no problems with it whatsoever. How is Lighthouse tracking compared to the inside-out tracking of the Quests and the Picos? Better, as you know, but yeah, I don't really need to tell you that, right? So tracking is really, really good. Content-wise, you're going to play your Steam VR games with it, of course. So this is a PCVR headset again, just to make it perfectly clear. You can play all Steam VR games. You can play those cool UE VR mods. All these games, you can play them. So yeah, PCVR. It's still here and it rocks. So as you can tell, I really like this headset. Who is it for? It's for PCVR fans that don't mind a cable, right? Because no, you want the cable because you want that DisplayPort image, that perfectly nice DisplayPort image, and you're getting it here. You're getting it on beautiful, incredible 2560 by 2560 micro OLED screens. It is a wonderful form factor, and it is a fantastic upgrade for your Valve Index, for your Vive Pro 2, for your original Vive. Yeah, for all these kind of headsets, it is fantastic. So just make sure that you are indeed ordering the slim gasket that makes such a huge difference. Yes, so I believe that is what I want to tell you. A big recommendation and really like it. Who should not get it? So if you hate glare, this is not going to be for you, right? The glare is there. There's no question about it. If you are a person who loves to look around in VR with their eyes, you know, like, ooh, what's going on? So then also there are other headsets that are better because the edge-to-edge clarity in the outer regions is not perfect and you have these slight color shifts, right? So yeah, but other than that, amazing headset, and I can really recommend it to you. So congrats to the Bigscreen team for making this beautiful headset, this beautiful PCVR headset, which in my opinion will go down in VR history. So what about the price? I think $999 is such a good price for this. And I do believe that the Bigscreen team is not making lots of money with that kind of price, right? It's more like an investment into the future, setting themselves up to become a hardware player. And yeah, they've done an incredible job with it. Especially thinking about something like this here, the Apple Vision Pro, it costs $3,500, right? And it does not even offer you like the wired PCVR mode. Like, yes, you can play now Steam VR with it and it's not bad, right? But it's streaming. It's still, you have these streaming artifacts, and yeah, you simply want to have those real native signals, right? Especially if you have a nice micro OLED display. Yeah, so $999, in my opinion, it's a great price for the Bigscreen Beyond. That is everything that I got for this video. Give it a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed to MRTV, absolutely do that now. And you know what? I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.